Hi, this is Kristina with the K, and today I am doing a makeup look with the E.L.F. Runs on Dunkin Collection. I am so excited. I have moved to Boston, Massachusetts in the past year, and Dunkin is around every single corner. It originated in Massachusetts, and like I said, there's literally one on every single corner. You can't go a block without finding one. So I was very, very excited as Dunkin has become a big part of my life. E.L.F. obviously has very good products generally, and I'm excited to try. So the really cool thing is these little labels on the back look exactly like the labels they put on your coffee. So I'm really, really pumped. So what I got was the coffee lip scrub. I got the donut sponge, the donut putty primer, and the eyeshadows. So the only thing I didn't get their like exclusive bag with the cup, and then I also didn't get the glosses. I went straight to my Ulta. By the time I had looked online, they were sold out of like the full kits. So went to Ulta. I knew I wasn't gonna really use the glosses. I have 100 bazillion lip glosses, lipsticks, all that good stuff. I just knew I wouldn't use them, so I didn't grab those, but everything else I really felt good about trying. So here we go. I am going to use as many of the products today as possible. I really don't want to mess up this packaging, but it's gonna go in the garbage anyways. I just love little collection stuff like this and have nowhere to put it, so anyways, that's okay. All right, so here's the lip scrub. I've never tried the E.L.F. lip scrubs before, so this will be my first time, so I can't really compare it to anything, but I've tried other lip scrubs before. Never one in like a tube, so this is kind of interesting. And it smells like coffee. Oh, yeah. There's like a little film on top, and then you get to the exfoliating part. Okay, so it's kind of nice. I gotta be honest, I thought about not getting this because I was like, okay, it's lip scrub, big whoop. But it's kind of nice rather than the ones that like come in the jar that you have to like scoop out and then like scrub. It's nice just to get it where you want it, because inevitably with those in the little tub, I feel like I get it all over my mouth. And with this one, it's just in the little thing. So, really good. And the instructions say to wipe it off. Some of the other ones I have, I just lick off because they're sugar. But yeah, exfoliated, did a good job. Really cute little product. Yeah, pretty easy to use. Nice. Oh, it says original blend on the bottom. Like the coffee blend. I love it. Okay, camera cut me off. So, first thing we're gonna try is the E.L.F. Donut Forget Putty Primer. So I heard that it smells exactly like a Dunkin' glazed donut. Oh, it does. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. It smells exactly like a Dunkin' glazed donut. So this is the original that I've used before. I actually just started picking this back up again. This is the Poreless Putty Primer, which I think is like the original putty primer. And when I first used it, I would put it on with a brush. And I would like swirl my brush in it and then apply it to my face. And I honestly saw like no difference. I was like, what is the point in this? Why is this so hyped? Because at the time it was like the biggest new product on the market or whatever. And I just really didn't understand it. I didn't get it. So it was in the back of my pile for a while. And anyway, so I picked it up again not too long ago. And what I decided to do is like dip in with my finger, like my nail, and do a lot more at a time. And now I get it. That makes a lot more sense. But I don't know about people that were just like applying it with a brush. I think it even comes with a brush. Like E.L.F. has a brush for it. And I just don't feel like I get the results I want if I use it with a brush. So I'm just dipping in with my whole finger. I will say the texture is a little bit different. It seems a little softer. Like when I swipe across that, I'm getting a good bit of product. So it seems slightly softer than the original Poreless, maybe a little more hydrating, but it smells just like a donut. It's awesome. But it's also not overwhelming. Like it's on my face and I can't really smell it on my face, but I can smell it on my hand. So fragrant, but not overwhelmingly so. Okay, now let's see. I am going to maybe attempt to put on my foundation with the sponge. Now, I don't normally use a sponge for my foundation because it's just not my favorite thing to use. I much prefer a brush, but we will go with it today. And if we need to help with the brush, we can do that. I honestly got this one just more for the novelty of it rather than the maybe use of it. I mean, it's cute, but I don't know how useful it's actually gonna be because it's huge. And this is not even wet yet. So very, very cute. So I'm gonna go wet this. Be right back. Okay, it got huge, even bigger. It's the size of a real donut. Absolutely. There was some white residue as I was squishing it out. I'm sure that has something to do with manufacturing and cleaning and something. I'm not a makeup manufacturing expert or anything like that. But I just wanted to make sure that the water was running clear by the time I got back to it. So, okay, this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I'm in shade, that was messy, 1 in 1. If I am tanner, I'm in shade 2 in 2? 2 in 1? I don't know. The N stands for neutral. I'm typically neutral. I may have to use a mirror here. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you probably don't know, but I've had eczema since I was super little, and I've gone through this whole lifetime of medications and whatever. As an adult, I still have it, and it got better for a little while around college, and then it's just kind of gotten worse again, and went through a bunch of different things. Long story short, most recently I did some testing, some patch testing, and what I got out of that, they tested fragrances and dyes and things like that. And I was allergic to 7 different ingredients essentially. And some of those, a lot of them are in makeups and lotions and shampoos and conditioners and household products and all that good stuff. So while I don't do everything makeup based on that, because I wouldn't be able to use a lot, and I'm just super passionate about makeup, I am very mindful about foundation just because I feel like it goes all over your face. I'm usually pulling it down into my neck, and this is kind of one of my trigger areas that I break out a lot. So I only use foundations that don't have my allergens in it. So that being said, this is one of the few that I can use that I already know works. I will probably branch out eventually, but that's a whole other story. Maybe I'll do a video about my whole eczema journey nonsense at some point. Okay, so this is blending out pretty well, actually, surprisingly, and it's blending out pretty quickly. I think just because it's so, you can see I only really use that part right there. It's just so big. My brush would probably be a lot faster, although this went pretty quickly. I'm a little shocked. But do you need this in your life? No, probably not. But it's super cute, and this actually was pretty convenient to do my whole face. I've never used a beauty sponge this large ever. So next I'm gonna do concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm gonna try to not literally have this mirror in your face the whole time. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Ultra Creamy. So I used the old one for the longest time, but as I've gotten older, my skin is just drier. And so I had kind of sworn it off, and then they came out with the Ultra Creamy, decided to try it with a travel size, and that is my new jam as far as concealer goes. Because I need to get into like a small crevice, I'm gonna put this guy down and use a smaller beauty blender. This is not Beauty Blender brand. Let me rephrase totally. Use a smaller sponge with a point. This is the kind that has silicone, like a coating right there. So it doesn't like hold the product inside the sponge like a lot of beauty sponges do. It sits more on top. And you can also, I feel like you can move a lot faster with it. Like some, you just have to like bounce forever. This one you can kind of drag and manipulate the product a lot faster than if you had something that was like the bottom of this, like just the sponge. You would have to like beat and beat and beat on it. Now I'm gonna take some setting powder and set my under eyes. I used to, or I typically do my forehead as well, but I just got Botox about a month ago now. So I don't need to do that right now. Once that starts wearing off, I will have to. And basically just setting something wet, a wet product or a cream product, is just going to ensure that it stays in place, it doesn't move. Like in the case of my forehead lines, like if I would, you know, put that product on and then let it sit there as my forehead moved with the lines, then the product gets in and cakes in there. Now, you can't prevent that completely by setting, but you can help prevent a lot of those lines and that sitting in there. So you can set those lines, you just have to make sure they're blended out really well first, because if you don't, then like if you get the line first, like the makeup in the line first, and then you set it, you'll be setting a line into your makeup. So you just wanna make sure that it's blended out and then you set it right away. So that is done. And then just to get my face, because I'm gonna use a powder blush, a powder highlighter, a powder bronzer today, I'm just gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face with that same powder, just so that it sits a little nicer on the skin. Sometimes I just feel like if I put powder on top of cream or like wet foundation, it's just harder to manipulate. It's just harder to work with. So you just may not, it may set not where you want it. When you have this powder base down, you're able to move it around a little bit more and blur it where you need to. Okay, now let's do some eyes. So it comes with 3 different sets of 4 of the shadows, and they're based on donuts. So chocolate frosted with sprinkles. Oops, sorry, my ring light. Strawberry frosted with sprinkles. Oh, there we go. And Boston cream. so cute. I love the little fours. I think they're so easy, especially if you're traveling. You can just like throw that in your bag and go. Especially this one. It's got the browns, the kind of yellow. Like this would be your most like neutral one that I feel like you'd be picking up most often. Either that or this one. The pink one's a little more fun. I definitely gravitate towards pinks, but not everyone does. So I don't know. I feel like they're totally wearable. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do, I don't know, I might dip into a little of all of them because I feel like this brown would actually go well with these pinks, but let me see. I need to see how they go on first. Okay. So I'm dipping into this shade right here. Oh my gosh, this ring light is like aggressive. Oh, there we go. Hey. Oh, and you can see my ugly nail. Okay. This one. Can you tell I'm new at this whole YouTube thing? Oh my goodness. All right, so just dipping into that color. That is the darkest on the Strawberry Frosted palette. So I'm just gonna kind of put that all in my outer corner and just kind of blend it in towards the middle just a little. And it looks like there is a touch of shimmer in this. I originally thought it was a matte, but I am getting a little bit of a shimmer with that. And this is kind of a fun trick someone taught me. If you do both eyes kind of like at the same time rather than doing one eye and then the other, you usually come out with a much more even look. I'll be honest, in the morning time, if I'm just throwing on makeup to go to work, I definitely do one eye and then the full other eye. But it definitely makes sense if you're going for a very, I don't want to say detailed, but like I want to do this right to show you guys how this collection looks. And so I want it to turn out nice. I wonder if my ring light is too high. I'm gonna leave it for now and then I can always adjust it next video. Okay, so that is looking good. So that was very easy to blend. This is a Farrah brush. I got it in some type of makeup box thing that I was subscribed to at some point. But just a big, fluffy, round eyeshadow brush. Just something that's not gonna like place things too much and you can just kind of wiggle it around and get what they would call like a blown out kind of look. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the softer pink, this one right here, and you can see that one is definitely shimmery. And I'm gonna put that more, I'm gonna put that in the crease as well, but more towards the front of my eye. Oh, that's pretty. That is like a baby soft pink. Baby, baby, baby soft. It's probably hard to tell. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. You can see just that soft, subtle, shimmery pink. And I'm just blending that from the front of the crease into the darker shadow. And it's okay if you get some on your lid. We're gonna come back to that. Oh my gosh, this is the prettiest pink color. I also like, I've never really invested time in trying E.L.F.'s eyeshadows out. I've heard good things, but I've just never really like sat down and been like, okay, this is what I'm gonna, you know, do. And wow, I'm impressed. Because I think they have other ones, like not in this collection necessarily, but the little fours for like $3, which is, I mean, a super good deal, regardless of if it works kind of half okay, you know what I mean? So I'm digging it. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the pink glitter and I am gonna put some on my finger because that is the easiest way to do what I'm about to do, but I'm gonna show you how to do it with a brush as well. So I'm gonna put that all over the lid. Wow, that is shimmery. Oh, it's like reflective. Ooh, so pretty. Oh, I really think that's all I needed right there. Only had to dip in like once. Okay. So now with you could take a kind of more packed brush like this. So it's just domed and it's super tightly packed. So it's really good for just getting product on there really thick. And you can kind of wiggle that around in there and do the same thing. You could also wet it with a setting spray and that would also help the product stick. And it looks like it is applying it pretty well. It's just slightly lighter. So the finger is definitely the best way to do that, but another allergy of mine is acrylates, which is acrylic, which is in glue, which is in nail stuff, nail polish, any of that. So I can't really use that anymore. So I would have like long nails, and so I wouldn't be able to get in the pan and then get it on my eye where I wanted it. So I just wanted to give you another option for that because I know that doesn't always work the way you want it. Doesn't always work that well. If you've got nails, you probably can't do it. Okay, and then I'm gonna take another brush. I'm gonna take this white right here, which is again super, super glittery. So these two are more like shimmers and these two are more like glitters. And I'm just gonna put it right under my brow. There's a little fallout with that just because it's got the bigger like glitter flecks, but it's not really a big deal. And then I'm gonna take a super small dome brush, like super small. Yeah, that looked really big. Super small. Dip into that same glitter white and put it in my, what is that called? At the point. On inner eye, inner corner. There we go. I'm like, what the heck is that called? Oh yeah, there's glitter all over my face. Okay, so got glitter on my face. I'm just gonna wipe it off. Okay, so that is looking cute. Now I'm gonna take a domey brush and I'm gonna dip back into that original dark pink color. And I'm just gonna bring it under my eye just a little. Now, I did not experiment with like under eye makeup for the longest time because I have dark under eyes. So I was like terrified that it was just going to be a wreck because I would literally see makeup artists with like huge brushes like doing that and I'm like, that would be my whole under eye. So I can do it, I've realized, and it just took me a long time to even start to try, but it has to be a small tightly packed brush that I can just touch right at the lash line and not get it like way underneath. So you just have to experiment and do what works for you. By all means, if you can do a big one, go for it. You don't have to do it at all, but it just kind of makes a look cohesive on your eye versus like just that. It just adds a little bit more depth and it just makes it look a little bit more cohesive. So I think I'm happy with that. I'm gonna go off camera, do my bronzer, blush, a few other things, and I think I'm gonna use one of the other palettes, the white, for the highlighter. So I'm gonna come back for that. Okay, so I did my eyebrows, my bronzer, my blush. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the Boston Cream palette and I'm gonna use this shimmery white right here to do highlight because I think that would be really pretty. Oh yeah. The reason I didn't use the white in the palette I was using is just because it had those bigger pieces of glitter. I just didn't want chunks of glitter sitting on my face. So that's the only reason I did that instead. Really pretty. Okay, and then I'm gonna do something kind of weird that I've never done before. And if this ends up looking like trash, then so be it for me. I'm gonna try to do a white eyeliner. I think just with the colors and like the pink strawberry frosted donut, I just think it'd be kind of cool. So we're gonna try it. I'm gonna do my waterline first. This I do all the time, and this is a good little trick if you want your eyes to look whiter and brighter. I've never done white eyeliner on the top. Let me see if I can do something smaller here. I'm trying to get the camera. Maybe I need to get a mirror behind my thing. Okay, here we go. Again, if this looks like garbage, we will have learned that together. Okay, it's kind of cool. Okay. 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 Okay, it's kind of fun. And then with black line, like, not liner, mascara. I think this is gonna be really cool, actually. Really feel like this will work better with like a white pen liner versus a pencil that was just like really creamy, which is great for in the waterline, but not work out great for this. Okay, I am going to do, I'm gonna do mascara and then show you the final look. Okay, I put on my mascara and a little bit of pink lip gloss, and this is the final look. I think it's turned out so cute. White eyeliner is so out of my comfort zone, but I think it's actually a really fun little surprise on here, and it doesn't look too crazy. I'm generally not too out of the box with makeup, but I feel like that's totally wearable. No? Yes? I don't know. If you would like to see more of me, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think of this. If you've tried the E.L.F. Runs on Dunkin Collection, also let me know that. What do you think? I think it's so fun. I think everything's very cute, very usable. If you don't follow me on Instagram, the link is in the description box. I am gonna do 2 more looks with the Boston cream and the chocolate sprinkles with frosting on my Instagram on some reels. So if you would like to see that as well, go ahead and give me a follow on there and follow along with more of me and makeup. And this is Kristina with the K, and I'll see you next time.